Hey everyone, we're going to give a couple of minutes for the feed to start on the events page. We're trying something new this time, so it should be fun. There we go. Always wants to tag my sister in it. Hey everyone. So while people start to show up, we're doing something different this month, and so I wanted to let everyone know. I have been getting emails a lot about, hey Andrea, hey is it Tanya? Tanya? So sorry. That I'm really good at seeing people's faces, things like that. Hey Brandon. So I've been getting some emails lately about the unboxing videos. Where did they go on YouTube? And it's just to be, hey Deb, it's a lot of time. Of course, we're a small business here, so I'm doing it or someone close to me is doing it. So we're trying something new this month. What we're going to do is my daughter is watching the video and she's going to be writing down the comments. So I'm going to get through kind of the unboxing, go through the box with everyone, and then she's going to be doing comments and questions, and I'll just address them at the end because what I hope to do is take this video and upload it to YouTube, to our YouTube channel. So for those of you that aren't familiar, the comments, everything will not show up on YouTube. And that's why I kind of wanted to address the box first, get through that, and then we'll do, questions and everything after that. But if you have a question, like as I'm going through stuff, shoot it up on the screen. My daughter's going to write everything down and then give it to me at the end, and it'll be kind of a little bit more relaxed and everything. Hey, Jenny. So we're going to kind of double duty this thing, get it from now if this is successful, if it goes well, the Facebook Lives will always be in our group. And of course, in order to become part of the group, you have to be a customer of Inked Goddess Creations. So the group has really become a family over the last year, and it's amazing. So the Facebook Live will still be held in the group. It will still be a perk of being part of the group and being part of our family. And then, just so that we have like an official unboxing video. And I realized last month with the April, y'all were asking some great questions about, stormwater, rainwater, storm magic. And it really, I was able to tap into kind of like my knowledge base and share that. And that's, another thing about Inked Goddess Creations that I love is that I am sharing my knowledge. I'm sharing what I know. I'm helping kind of spread, some positive vibes and some knowledge and education. So that was another thing that I was like, you know what, we should get this on YouTube. But me actually sitting down, recording videos, editing them, all of that kind of gets, a little crazy. So that's why the YouTube channel has kind of been like crickets. So I'm usually on here, I'm on the Facebook group, I'm always on Instagram, especially with Instagram stories. You kind of get that behind the scenes look at our business. So that's where I spend my time, but I really want to, I don't want to ignore YouTube. I get emails from people all the time, when are you going to upload videos on YouTube? So we're going to try it this month, see what happens. So, all right. Are you ready? She was eating Cheetos earlier. I was like, you cannot do that while I am on the video. So this video, this month's box, and I guess if this is going on YouTube, I'm Morgan. I'm the owner of Inked Goddess Creations. So y'all know me, the ones that are here, y'all know me, and you know that things can get crazy between 2 dogs, 2 cats, all kinds of stuff. We actually have a 15% chance of rain today in Tucson, so the wind outside is going crazy. It is just teasing us. We will not get any rain. So, but I do have, can you see, you can't see the candle lit back there. I got my Storm Witch candle lit because I'm trying. So this video today is for May's Animal Magic box. Hey, Terry. And I do like to show y'all, I have seen some unboxing pictures, videos so far, and it amazes me how much detail we put into packing the actual boxes to make sure the stuff doesn't shift or move or anything, and then how it arrives on the other end. The post office, I swear, gives these things over to the circus and lets them deal with it for a while and then gets them back, and it's just crazy to me how they end up looking on the other end. So we pack them like this. Let's get, woo, nope. This is how it actually looks when it leaves our facility. Yeah. And my husband and I do all the packing. We pack 5 at a time. So that's just like a little behind the scenes. So we each do 5 at a time, box them. And one of the cool things that I'll kind of get to a little bit more when we get to the animal is we have no idea who gets what box. So we really do, as I'm packing them, I'm putting the intention that if we have things in the month, in that month's box that are different, that that item gets to the person that it needs to get to for that intention. So, yeah, so we'll go into that a little bit more. So this was the card, the Animal Magic card, and I'm showing it as backwards right now. I don't know if it is or not. Basically, this month's box was all about being able to practice animal magic and giving you tools to practice different animal magic forms. So we'll just start at the top. The Animal Spirits Knowledge cards. These are great. I fell in love with these about a year ago, and I said, eventually one day we will work them into a box. They are worth $10.95. It is a deck of 48 cards, I believe. Beautiful pictures, paintings from Susan Boulette. And then on the back, it has animal symbolism from all over the world. I personally do use these, if you've seen on Instagram. I actually use them as like a daily card pull. Hey, Maria. I use them as a daily card pull. So it kind of gives me what energy is going to be coming today and what animal is going to be there for me, what animal magic is going to be at play. So I do use them every day for just like a daily card pull. Even though they're technically, I guess, not oracle decks, they're more just knowledge cards, but I use them as that anyway. So everyone got a deck of those. Beautiful pictures. Our meditation balm. This is our newest balm. And yes, the balms are not on the website right now. We will be making batches here soon of everything and restocking. So the Animal Magic Meditation Balm. If your cats went crazy, that is because there is catnip in this and catnip oil. And what is it? It's dogwood, catnip, spikenard, and dragon's blood. A lot of research went into this. And it was my understanding that these oils attract many animals. So if your cats attacked you, which I had quite a few people post on Facebook, Instagram, all kinds of things, their cats went nuts when they got this box. Yeah, there's catnip oil in it as well as catnip herb. So this is just a great meditation. It is calming. It is soothing with the spikenard, with the dogwood. It really can kind of just get you in the zone if you want to meditate and try to talk to your spirit animals, find your animal totem, anything like that. Really connect, or if you want to do familiar magic or work with your familiars to kind of, have them help you with any kind of spells or rituals, wear it. Your cats probably won't get off of you. So they'll definitely be there to add their energy to any kind of spells or rituals. It did turn out for me to be one of my favorite. And actually, spikenard has a very musky, deep kind of scent. And then catnip oil actually smells like citronella, or it is citronella. But so it was very weird to me. Like when I did the research, I didn't know what the oils smelled like, but I said, okay, these have to be the oils that go into this, and I have to make it work. And when it blended all together, I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. So that one, let me see, $12 value, because it is a full size of our 10. So that's a full 1 ounce 10. A little bit does go a long way. Just apply it to your pulse points. You can go behind your ears. I usually do a dot on my third eye, especially if I'm doing any kind of meditation. So yeah, and of course, you know, as with anything, and it's not just our products, anything you're going to put on your skin, if you have some kind of, you know, little reaction, don't use it anymore. So, okay, so the gemstone animal carving. So there were actually 7. And I briefly mentioned before, when we pack the boxes, we do them 5 at a time. We have no idea. The boxes get packed 5 at a time. Then they go into a bag. We seal them up. Then they come out and we tape them. And then they go back in a bag. And then they come out on ship day and we print out all the labels and we just stick a label to a box. We have no idea who gets what box. So, especially with 7 different animals, I really put the intention in there because as I was doing the research and designing the cards, this one's a bear, each animal had a message. So as I was packing boxes, I really put that intention in there that if whoever needs this message, let them get this animal. And I had a lot of people, there was a lot of y'all on the group that said I wouldn't have picked this, but the message was great. And that lets me know that my intention is they're going through while we're packing the boxes. So I did design all the cards. So this one is the bear. And just so, let me see. Keywords for him are protection, strength, grounded, and truth. So they are made of soapstone. There were 7. There was the bear, bison, ram, stingray, kangaroo, snake, and alligator. And let me tell you, I have a huge fear of snakes. And designing that card, it's very hard to design a card with your eyes closed because I didn't want to sit there and trying to find the perfect snake picture to go on the card. I had to get my son to help me pick it out because I was like, oh, it's crazy. So everyone got a different one. Those are worth $5. They will be for sale. We do have extras of each animal and they will be listed individually. So if you do have one of those as, you know, a spirit animal or an animal totem, you will be able to purchase one of those when we do the big shop update in a couple of weeks. So the Raven Animal Magic Votive. So the Raven is a blend of dragon's blood, sandalwood, and ginger. The Raven is really good for magic and occult and mysteries and things like that, kind of really diving down deep in yourself and sending messages or receiving messages. So we blended it, Molly, our candle maker, and I blended it to really tap into that aspect, to really up your magic, to really tap into magic. It is, well, now I will let you know, this is the beginning of a new product line. Our Animal Magic candles will be launched. I'm really hoping for the big update in a few weeks. So Molly is currently making them. I cannot remember if we started out with 9 animals or 12 because we blended them a few months ago. But we did stick to the major, major ones to see how kind of the line goes. And then from there, you know, we may expand or add some more animals as it goes along. But we wanted to just give you all a taste, like here's the Raven one. I told her from the beginning, I said we have to have a Raven candle go into it because I've been doing a lot of work with Ravens and with Morgan lately. So yeah, so this is the beginning of a line of candles. They're going to be in pillars. And this one is, I'd say it every time, always smell the bottom of a candle if you can. It turned out really good. It turned out very magical, mystical. So the votives themselves are $2.50 in value. Okay, familiar totem hand dip ceremonial stick incense. It is a mouthful, but it smells amazing. And for most of you, when you said the smells, this is all we could smell in our house for forever. As soon as we received it, all the way through packing and everything. They are made by Enchanted Quills. You can go visit her at enchantedquills.com, and she has an Etsy store. She has some beautiful feather quills that she hand makes, and the incense and everything. So we actually chose it when we found them because of the absolutely beautiful way that they were packaged. So the familiar stick incense is for working with your familiar, which is why we chose it just overall for the box. So you can burn it for meditating, for journeys, all kinds of stuff, and really good stuff. A portion of the proceeds as well for this box when we purchased them did go to support the Heart of the Wild Sanctuary, and there was a website on your card for that too. So these are $3.25 in retail value, and there were 12 sticks. 12 sticks, yes. Okay. Yay! So this is your DIY for the month, and for those of you who've been with us for a while, or even if this was your first box, we do a DIY every month. We want the Ink Goddess Creations box to inspire you. We want you making your own magic. We are and were the first to do a DIY every month and make a point to do a DIY every month. We are not anymore the only box to do a DIY, but we were the first. So there you go. Sometimes it is kind of pulling everything together. Sometimes we give you a kit. So in this kit this month, it is a Familiar Protection Witch Bottle Kit. If anyone knows, I love witch bottles. They are easy. They are effective. They are amazing. I love witch bottles. You can do witch bottles for everything. So back, hundreds, thousands of years ago, 100 years ago, I guess, they were used for protection. And they've actually found witch bottles. If you Google it, it is super interesting. They have found witch bottles like buried in the ground. And witch bottles back in the day, you used to put things in them. You put nails in them, and then you usually put pee in them, because that is what they did. You were like putting part of yourself into it, burying it, and then it was like your protection. If you really want to do that, I mean, that's your thing, but you do want to add a personal effect. So for this one, you've got your glass bottle, a little charm, that once you charge it, once you do your ritual, everything, you can hang this from, if you have a cat or a dog, or another animal that has a collar, you can hang it from there, or just grab a piece of string and kind of, loop it on there, and then you can use it on the bottle itself. That is clear quartz to sprinkle in there. The herb blend is a protection blend for animals. That was mugwort, catnip, fennel, and rosemary. And then we gave you a black candle. So pop everything in there along with fur, whisker, nail, scales, anything that I wouldn't, cause harm to your familiar. Just grab something that falls off of them or something, throw it in there, great for protection. And then after you get everything kind of in there with the herbs and the gemstones and any personal effects, you can add anything else you want to it. Light the candle, drip the wax all over the top of it. I have seen burning that way. I'm always scared it's going to fall. So I just burn and drip and kind of sealing in your intentions for protection. The blend of mugwort, catnip, fennel, rosemary is also good for connecting to your familiar. So if you want to, in a way, bind your familiar to you, you can use this witch bottle for that. With the rosemary and the fennel, healing. Um, so you can do healing, you can do binding, as far as binding you're familiar to you from a magical, like in a magical way, protection. Um, I think those were the three main, with that herb blend, the three main things that can be used, or that the witch bottle can be used. All right. And then, actually, I'm just going to set that down instead of putting it all back. The last thing on the list is the porcupine quill. We did bag them because we had to set quite a few aside for either me accidentally stabbing myself or my husband accidentally stabbing himself. So we did set them, and those are not in your boxes. We were like, something's got to give. We got to figure out a way to make these a little bit bigger. So we did put them in a plastic bag with an informational card. So porcupine quills, these did come from South Africa. They were ethically sourced. Porcupines shed their quills all the time. So animal symbolism for the porcupine reminds you to stay positive during troubled times. They give you a warrior strength, protection, and self-empowerment. The uses for quills, which I think is great. You can definitely dip them in ink and write your spells. You can use them as a wand. You can put them, if like a witch bottle, again, if you have a big one, pop that in there. It is great. It does the same thing as nails in like old-timey witch bottles for protection. You put them nails in there, you put a porcupine quill in there, it's great for protection. And then you can also use the end. They are sharp. You can use the end to inscribe your sigils into your candles if you're doing any kind of, spells or rituals that have to deal with these. I want to say, I remember who it was, but how many of you, ouch, 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 did it over and over again? Me, guilty. Because you're like, it can't be that sharp. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Yeah. So hopefully none of you hurt yourself too badly when you got your porcupine quill, because they are fun. They're really fun. So we always throw in some little informational cards at the bottom of the box. The first is always a magical musing. So either we're giving you a tip for the month, or something that's happening that month, or a way to continue to use one of the items, or a way to, or some more information on one of the products. So this month it is about Beltane and how the veil between the worlds is thin, mostly between our realm and the fairy realm for the month of May, starting with Beltane. So May is a great month to practice fairy magic. And then as a bonus for being a subscriber, you do get early access to our next month's theme. So for June, it is Sacred Grove. We are making the official announcement this weekend via newsletter. But it is about tree magic. So, and for the last few videos, or the last couple of videos, I have done a sneak peek. So you all, get the first sneak peek. This month, I don't have an object to show you as the first sneak peek. But I do have a thing that is really awesome. You'll have to excuse me if I get a little emotional. So for June's box, we are partnering with onetreeplanted.org. And for every box that we sell, we are planting a tree. So the box is about tree magic. And we chose to plant the trees in California because of the wildfires that went through. Like I said, excuse me if I get emotional. So that's the really cool thing about June's box. So for every box that we sell, we're donating money out of the profits. It is not out of, the retail value or anything. It is out of our profits. And we are doing 1 for 1. So for every box we sell, we are planting one tree in California. And we have been emailing back and forth with onetreeplanted.org. Their company is they're a nonprofit, and they are absolutely amazing, and they plant trees all over the world. So it started as a thing for the Tree Magic, the Sacred Grove box, but we honestly can't stop. So for June, it's 1-for-1. Every box we sell, we'll be donating money to plant a tree in California. But starting with June's box and forward, a portion of our profits every month, a portion of the box profits for the Ink Goddess Creations box will be donated to onetreeplanted.org. And I'm excited because we can do Florida, we can do Oregon, we can do the rainforest, we can do Africa, we can do like all over the place. And so I'm really excited that for June, we did choose to have them all planted in California to try and help them out. But starting with July's box and forward, a portion of our profits from the box, we're going to plant them all over the world because, you know, that's it started, like I said, it started as a way, or just, you know, as something to do for June's box for the Tree Magic. But we can't stop. We can't just do it for 1 month. Like it wasn't in me to just be like, okay, we're going to donate for 1 month and then that's it. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that. So that's kind of that's the, I guess, sneak peek for June's box. I'm going to be doing another video for the actual Facebook page next week, letting them know too that, you know, we've entered into this, you know, business relationship with onetreeplanted.org. And if anyone else decides they want to go plant some trees, this company is amazing. They really are. So, all right. Yay, we made it through. Okay, so now, did you have questions? We had questions. Okay. Deb said, how do we know what spirit animal is our animal? That's a meditation thing, honestly. It's a meditation thing. It's really something to, yes, meditate on. Or if you have an animal you've just always been drawn to. So when I was a kid, I want to say it was my dad used to call me Monkey all the time. And so like growing up, I always had monkeys. Like I would always buy monkeys everywhere. So I kind of adopted, like as I got older, I realized that the monkey was probably, you know, one of my spirit animals. I want to say too, don't hold me to this, I think I'm born in the year of the monkey as far as Chinese astrology is concerned. But I am not at this moment 100% sure because I have so much information up here that it's hard to keep straight sometimes. So yeah, really, if there's an animal, as far as your spirit animal or your animal totem, it's going to be an animal that you really resonate with. You can meditate to try and meet, you know, your animal, or if there is an animal you've just always been drawn to. Then as far as practicing animal magic, if you have something coming up and you know that you are going to need, let's say, courage, calling on, if you want to practice animal magic, setting up a little altar for like a bear and, you know, asking the bear to add their energy to helping you, and to strengthen you and to give you courage. That's how you would incorporate some animal magic. And that way, you know, you can kind of work with all kinds of different animals. If they're, you know, if you need kind of some insight on what's coming up, some destiny kind of stuff or fate, you can always, ravens are good for that. Spiders are great for that. So that's how, if there is an animal, and I've also noticed too, I think with gemstones, it happens a lot. You're somewhere and you see a gemstone and you're like, that's really pretty. I've never noticed that before. And then you look up the gemstone's properties and you're like, that's exactly what I needed at that moment. That has happened to me. So, I cannot remember. We had a snake get into the house, the last house that we had. And I came very close. It was dark and it was in my office. And I came very close to actually touching the snake because I thought it was fake. I thought my kids were playing a prank on me. And I thought the snake was like one of those little rubber snakes. And I ended up almost touching it. And then it moved and like whipped around and like ran from me. And I refused to come out of the bedroom at that point. But that's when I realized, after I called my husband to drive the 35 minutes home to come get the snake out of the house. And he did not kill it. He just threw it over the wall because I couldn't let him kill it. I am deathly afraid of snakes, but I could not let him kill it. I said, no, just throw it over the wall, let it go about its merry way. I read up on the snake again, and all of the properties of the snake was exactly what I needed at that time. So if you start to see an animal a lot, then that animal is trying to give you a message. If you dream about an animal, that animal is trying to get you a message. I do have a book called Animal Speak. I think it's Ted Andrews. Great book. It really is. Your cards are a great source of knowledge. So if you dream about, a panther one night, look it up in here, dream about a wolf, see what that symbolism was, because that animal is trying to give you a message. So, I hope that answered your question. So then Jenny asked, can the witch bottle be used for another type of protection spell if you don't have a familiar? Yes, it really can. And also mugwort is going to be protection. It's also going to be like third eye. That's how it would connect you. Catnip is great for happiness and healing. So you can use it for that. Fennel, I'm not sure, like right off the top of my head. I know it was good for protection. And then rosemary is good for, learning, healing, protection, all kinds of stuff. So those blend of herbs, you can definitely, it doesn't have to be a familiar. You can use it for anything. You can use it for a regular protection bottle, or healing bottle. So I can't do spider. I'm not a big spider person either, Deb. I'm not. But snakes are like, which is why, ironically enough, I tried at one point when I was facing my shadows. I'm going to flip around back here because if you can see, I do have a snake tattoo. I tried. And it's a snake wrapped around an apple. For Avalon, and because I'm a firm believer that Eve was framed, so I do have that on my little spirituality arm. But I was at the time, I was really trying to learn from the snake symbolism, and trying to embrace it. It's on the back of my arm, so I don't have to look at it, right? So, all right, so I think those were the only actual questions. Y'all are welcome. Thank you for asking questions. I will open it up. I'll kind of, in a way, just stall for a little bit. If you all want to pop up any other kind of questions, I'm there. I'm watching now. And we do, so the sneak peeks for the next month's box for the Sacred Grove, I do pop them up usually on Instagram first. So if you follow us there, and then Instagram stories lately has become a really good place for behind the scenes, for my family or shop life or honestly, whatever. Sometimes I don't even know. Sometimes it's a picture of pizza. I'm not kidding. So, I'll be making the formal announcement on the box theme, will be happening this weekend via newsletter. And then we'll start with the sneak peeks next week. So we do pop them up. The Tree Magic one it turned out really great. We are working with Blade and Broom Botanica which is bladeandbroom.com for next month's box. She designs amazing book of shadow pages, so hint on something. Oh, thank you, Deb. And like I said, this video, hopefully we're going to upload it to YouTube. see how that goes as the official unboxing, but the comments won't be there. You know, just however I've referenced as far as just first names too. So, yeah, if there are no more questions, actually, I will, just to kind of give you a little bit of what's coming up. We do have a big, huge shop update coming. Fingers crossed by the end of the month. It's a huge one. We have, along with the Animal Magick, they are pillar candles. They're like the little mini pillars like that's in our Zodiac kits. Along with those, we have a lot of other stuff. So much stuff. I've been popping up some stuff on Instagram. They're also on our highlights on Instagram as well. Lots of new stuff coming. And hopefully going to restock some existing stuff too in the shop. So that'll be coming up within the next couple of weeks. And see a lot more. So we do have something exciting that's happened within the last couple of months. I don't know if I ever said anything. We are a small business. For those, you know, that do know us, it is mainly run by my husband and I. And then we have Amy who comes and helps out. She's my best friend. She comes and helps out with orders once a week. My daughter Skylar does whatever we ask, including watching Mom's Facebook Live and writing down questions. My son does whatever we ask in a 14-year-old boyish way. But we have recently, we also have Juliana who writes the astrology, the new moon, the full moon reports that you see. She rocks those out every 2 weeks. We do have, now we have Megan, who is our marketing manager. She is awesome. So she helps out behind the scenes, and I have Ashley, who I actually have a little virtual assistant now, which makes me so excited. So Ashley helps out behind the scenes as well. I did do women. I picked women to help, you know, to kind of build our family out. Because especially, you know, we are a family business. For a long time, it was just me, or it was me and Amy. So we're very big on, you know, the whole goddess vibe here. So I'm really excited that, you know, we have expanded out just a little bit. Orders, everything are still done by us. But you will be able, because now I have more help, yay, you're going to start seeing a little bit more of us. So more newsletters, more blog posts, hopefully YouTube. We're going to try and get there. So not only because we have more people helping these beautiful souls, but they're also helping me to free up my time so I can be more creative, because that's what I like to do. So I like to, you know, these little cards right here. Oh man, I was tickled after I created all those. I couldn't believe it. I was in love with being able to just sit and create. So yeah, we should be seeing a lot more from Inked Goddess Creations coming up. So I'm really excited. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. And if you are watching the replay, you know, thank you for that. And yeah, I guess I should throw up, if this is going on YouTube later, you can find us at www.inkedgoddesscreations.com. On Instagram, we're Inked Goddess Creations. We got a big Pinterest thing that's like Inked Goddess Shop, I think, and Twitter, and we're like all over the place. You just Inked Goddess Creations, Google it, we'll pop up. So thank you everyone for joining today. And if you do have any more questions or anything, you know, you can always watch the replay, pop it up. If you're a member of the group, you know, pop questions up there. Happy Mother's Day to you, Deb. Thank you. Yay. We have pie coming. I ordered pie today. That's what I'm going to be doing for Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to you too, Andrea. So thank you all for watching. And yeah, I will be seeing a lot more of y'all on the group if you are a part of the group. And thanks, Jenny. Happy Mother's Day to you too. And yeah, y'all have a great weekend.